Okay, moving on to new business. Dr. Kimball?
I'm going to step back into my old career for just a second and remind everybody that this is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in adults in the United States, only trailing lung cancer, which is far and away the largest killer of people by cancer in the United States. But colon cancer has the benefit of being something that you can screen for. So if you're over the age of 45, the age went down. It used to be 50. Now it's 45 because we've seen more young people developing colon cancer. So if you're over the age of 45 and you haven't talked to your doctor about colon cancer screening, you should. And if he hasn't talked to you, you should talk to him or her, because it is something that can be easily screened for, and that may buy you years of life. Thank you for this public service announcement.
Thank you. Councilman?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I know others are going to talk about the senior center opening, so I'm just going to say thank you to all of the public that showed up there. It was nice. It was a good opening, and I'm so happy to see this happening. I think it's needed. The zoo. I know we're going to have a discussion about what we're going to do there, and so I, in preparation for that discussion, or to let you know, did some research, and I've been told 100 times, if I've been told once, that zoos never make enough money to pay for their own operations, and I believe I feel challenged by that statement to say that I believe we could, but it would have to be done differently, as we all have concluded. And so I took the time and I looked up miniature golf courses for the zoo. And I'm thinking to myself, how much would one cost, right? And it could be on a theme of animals or whatever like that. Needs water because people like water when they go to play putt-putt golf. And it was like, for 18 holes, $150,000. Built, constructed, the works, and what the return on investment would be. So what I'm looking at are things that would allow the zoo to become self-sustaining and then have money in addition to what we initially invest to invest in more being done up there. The other thing that came across while I was looking for my golf course, excuse me, pun not intended, miniature golf course, were dinosaurs, this animatronics. And so I was curious, and I got the list of names of websites that manufacture these. They move, they growl, they set along the trails where kids would walk in the zoo. And I got the price for a 40-foot T-Rex, $20,000. I said, what? Incredible. I mean, and it looks very realistic. So T-Rex in the zoo, other dinosaurs, and there's a number of other things that could be done up there as well to make that into something that's self-sustaining, and I believe we can do that. So I am in favor of doing more to invest in that. It's going to bring people here, and it's been part of our community for a long time, and I would welcome that approach being taken to self-sustain as a self-sustaining zoo. And then you're right, Jonathan, there are a lot of issues in the city that still remain. One thing I can say from my observation coming into town the other day from being out of town for a little bit is the streets look nice. A lot of improvements have been made. It's nice to see the snow gone. And I've been curious, Mr. Mills, how much of a savings we've had from the snow budget being probably less than what it would have been otherwise. So maybe we could justify forming a marketing department. You knew that was coming. So, other than that, I think the one last thing is this. I suggested that the city has its own flag for the city of Watertown, that we could easily come up with a design. I don't know if we have to do an RFP. If we have somebody, I think we have somebody that's pretty talented that works in the Parks and Recreation Department that comes up with all these clever memes for advertising skating, and maybe they could do it. But if we had to, and just have a simple logo like this on a blue background with gold trim, that flies on the third flagpole as a reminder. I see the state of New York keeps their flag and the United States' flag, and we have 3 flagpoles because we have the city of Watertown, and I don't think we've ever had a city flag, have we? So it might be something to think about. And that's all I got tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman?
Thank you. Yes, the senior center open house was last Thursday, and they had well over 100 people there. I mean, it was phenomenal. And I know, city manager, I remember seeing you there. There might have been some other city staff members that were there too. But it went very well. Pivot provided the food, and United Way donated a gift basket, and I think other people have been bringing in donations. They actually have a wish list. Now, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, at the new location in the Marcy Building, they are having a meeting to start planning committee, or activities. So if anybody is interested, that's 1 o'clock tomorrow. If you have any ideas or suggestions, they're basically open to discussing all of that. A couple things I had questions of. I know that, I think it was back in December, the city submitted an offset plan to the DEC, and I believe they sent comments back. Do we have, I don't know if it's gone back to them again, or if you have an update?
Yes, Councilwoman, we sent it back, and it's come back with additional comments for us to make and clean up, so we're still in the process of getting approved by the DEC.
So are they like hopefully narrowing it down in terms of
I think
comments?
the major concerns we've addressed, and now I think it's just some administrative language we need to clean up for them.
Great, okay. And I was approached last week by someone that the person who takes care of the Massey Street Island was asked to take down the Ukraine sign flag, and I know that there were some people that were not happy about it, considering on Saturday, I believe, was the 2-year anniversary that the city did raise the flag, Ukraine flag, and we had a show of solidarity there, and we had people who are of Ukrainian descent and so forth that were there, and so I received a complaint about why was it taken down. I understand that somebody complained about it, and that the person who, Alston Gorman, who takes care of the island, took it down. So I don't know if there's anything more you can add to it. Was it just like one person or a few? Because I know I personally did not receive any complaints. I don't know if anybody else did.
Yes, Councilwoman, we did receive several complaints, and I don't have the exact number, but it was more than one. And there is an ordinance and a code associated with displays like that. And we've actually just simply asked, and the owner and us managing it, Ms. Corman, actually just decided she would do it on her own. So we didn't demand,
Right.
so we just asked, and she said she would comply.
I think how it was portrayed on social media was a little bit different. I read a lot of the comments, and so I thought, well, I know there's always two sides to everything, so I wanted to ask about that. And lastly, I know that we have the flag raising of the Irish flag coming up. Do you know, I've been asked, I heard that the state office building wasn't allowing it anymore, but yet on the schedule that I saw, it shows that it's 5 o'clock next Friday at the state office building. So I think in the last 2 years, I think we've had it here at City Hall. So I'm just wondering if maybe you can get clarification if it is at the state office building.
They made the request to do it here. I don't think, it's not at the state office building, because I believe the governor, I don't know if it was executive order or what it was, they're not allowing other flags to fly, just the state and the US flag. So it is gonna be here. We did get the
Okay.
request for
Because I
here.
did see the letter that came back in January, I think, from one of the organizers, and it did say state office building, but maybe they since found out they can't. So that's good to know, because people have been asking if we're doing one and they're doing one, and, you know, just so that we know. So good, so it's going to be here. And that's it, thank you.